best workout of what you need and delivers your truly personalized pharmaceutical-grade nutrition with your name on it directly to your door. Through the integration of thousands of medical and scientific studies, answers you provide to the free assessment, and more than 5,470 algorithms that process the data, ID Nutrition recommends what you need, leaves out what you don't, and blocks things known to the system to have possible adverse effects based on the answers you provide. The result is a program that is revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. Welcome to ID Life. For more information, just go to thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. All right, I'm going to do this last segment in chill mode, man, because I got to chill out, man. I got to chill out. My neck's been hurting me real bad this weekend. I'm hoping that I slept on it wrong. But somebody told me, man, it might have something to do with hypertension and my blood pressure and all of that stuff, man. I got to chill out. I did eat some wings and fries this weekend, man. I kind of cheated. Lemon pepper. So I kind of cheated. I talked about it earlier. I had a couple beers, which is not good for your blood pressure. Alcohol. Obviously salt. There's a lot of salt in French fries and wings. I've been eating good all week. I said, damn it, I need to treat myself. So I had a couple of lemon pepper wings and fries, man, and my neck's hurting all of a sudden today. I hope I slept on it wrong, but, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. And if you're new to the show, this is how we get down around here. All right. We're about to be out of here in 15 minutes, but this is what we do around here. We have more fun than you can shake a stick at. If you're new to the show and to the network, I need you to go to the Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker.com. Search and find the Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker. That's speaker with an R. And hit the follow button. That's very important that you hit that follow button so whenever this show or any other show goes live on the network, we don't have any more shows running today during the day, but at night, tonight we've got SME After Dark, where we've got Lonely Hearts Cafe as well as Spicy Conversations. So, follow the show, follow the network, and get that little alert anytime something goes live. NFC East. The New York Giants, some news and notes out of their training camp. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to take a day to rest and treat himself after he limped off the field on practice on Sunday. The Giants are off today. Fortunately for Beckham, the injury is just a minor setback, so we'll keep our eyes on that. What about the NFC Central? What do they call it now? They call it the NFC North. NFC Central was back in the day when the Lions, when my brother played for the Lions, but they call it the NFC North. In the NFC North, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Jordy Nelson, man, is back at Packers training camp. He hadn't started practicing yet, but they think that he'll be able to get back on the field fairly soon here. Aaron Rodgers misses that dude. Wow. Damn, Aaron Rodgers misses Jordy Nelson. Yeah. Staying in the NFC North, Minnesota Vikings Adrian Peterson hasn't taken part in practice, but the team is, thinking that he can get back in there fairly soon. He's nursing a slight hamstring strain as well. How about the NFC South with the Atlanta Falcons and Carolina Panthers and Tampa and the New Orleans Saints and all of those cats? Julio Jones, speaking of injuries, man, he kind of is getting an extended rest because of an undisclosed tweak that occurred on day one, apparently to his left foot. When you start talking about Julio Jones and feet, man, that's not a good conversation because he has had chronic foot problems even coming out of Alabama. So we'll keep our eyes on that. The Carolina Panthers, man, they talked about the fact that they're happy to get Stephen Hill back, and which I talked about, who tore his ACL last year. So they're getting him back. They're getting Benjamin back as wide receivers. So the Carolina Panthers look to do some big things throwing the football, which they already had their league MVP quarterback in Cam Newton do big things last year with really a makeshift wide receiver staff. So that's only going to get better. What about the Arizona Cardinals in the West? Robert Nkemdiche is was set back by missing 2 weeks of practice and pads due to a high ankle sprain. So they're looking to get him back soon. I've already put it out there. I got Nkemdiche being the rookie of the year in the NFL. Cardinals got a steal with that boy. He's from Metro Atlanta, so I know a lot about him. Played his college ball at Ole Miss. But let me tell you something, man. Cardinals got them a player. And you remember he got into a little bit of trouble when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He got into that little bit of trouble before he was drafted, where he was messing with this synthetic marijuana, allegedly, and jumped out of this 2-story window at this hotel. And so they thought this ninja was crazy, but this guy definitely has top 5 talent, and the Cardinals got him for a steal, okay? And if he can stay healthy, man, trust me, Reggie White-ish, okay? This cat played tailback in high school at Archer High School here in Metro Atlanta. He played tailback at 6'3", 245 pounds. It was unstoppable. Great athlete, quick first move. Robert Nkemdiche is going to be a player in the NFL, man. The Rams open training camp at UC Irvine for the first time back in L.A. on Saturday. Right now they got set as the number 1 quarterback, Case Keenum. And you know they drafted Jared Goff, so Keenum's not going to be the starter there for long. Maybe he'll start the first game, maybe first game or 2, but they're definitely going to – he might not even start the start of the season. Jared Goff is definitely going to be their guy. And one last story, or 2 last stories. The Seattle Seahawks moved Brandon Browner, who had been playing defensive back his entire career, who's a tall defensive back. Remember he had that little stint in Canada. But they moved him to safety. And by our early indications, man, it looked like that's going to work out. That's going to be a good move. A guy that can cover, but is also a big body, big physical defensive back. So he's going to move to the safety position. And also, there's a quarterback battle in San Francisco between Colin Kaepernick and Blaine Stinkin' Gabbert. You know, Chip Kelly, first-year head coach there, had a couple of successful years in Philadelphia. They kind of fell back to the pack last year, and he gets fired, and now he's the head coach in San Francisco. I've been saying this. The minute that I heard Chip Kelly got that job in San Francisco, there could not be a better match than Chip Kelly and Colin Kaepernick. They both need each other. They both need to help resurrect each other's careers, all right? Chip Kelly is a master at offense, and Colin Kaepernick is the master-type player for Chip Kelly's system. So if they can get their heads on straight, you know, Kaepernick says that he doesn't even want to be there. He was trying to get traded out of there, in the offseason feels like that the fans don't like him or whatever. He need to get over it. There's probably not another coach in the NFL that's more suited for his skill set than Chip Kelly. Okay? And Chip Kelly, I think that he'll probably – I'm not a Chip Kelly fan, but you know what happens. You get opportunity after opportunity, and you kind of build on your mistakes, and you kind of, correct some of your mistakes in the past. And maybe Chip Kelly will learn from his mistakes in Philadelphia that you can't treat these grown-ass men like kids and expect them to respond. And maybe he'll take that new attitude and that new way of looking at things in San Francisco, and he'll progress upon what he did in Philadelphia. Never said the guy wasn't a good coach. The guy is just not a people person, or he wasn't a people person in Philadelphia. So I am very excited. And then I got my little cuz, Bruce Ellington, who's a wide receiver there in San Francisco. I read a couple of stories where they're saying they're going to try to implement him in the offense. I'm very excited. My Uncle Donnie's a big San Francisco 49er fan. My cousin Tyrone Simmons that's in the chat room all the time is a big 49ers fan as well. I'm very excited to see what Chip Kelly does in San Francisco this year, and whether this is a match made in heaven or whether he continues to be the buster of the week in the NFL. Yeah. Let me read a couple of your messages here in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Nino the Wino. From Nino the Wino, he says Trump plans to nuke our asses, then start a new country on Mars. You say that you say that facetiously, sir. Get the word out, Dougie. But I can see in a scenario where Donald Trump makes political moves to help his business interests out. That's what real estate is all about. That's what real estate investing is all about. It's about getting property that's down, that's devalued right now, and making it, valuable and selling it for a profit. Donald Trump's a businessman first. Whether he tricks America into believing he will be a good president or not, I think his business sense is not going to leave him. So, yeah, I can see him cutting side deals, where he can profit from it from one of his companies, one of his many companies. I can see that. You're taking it to the next level and saying that the man wants to colonize Mars. But I get what you're saying. From Sluggo in the chat room on Spreaker.com, he says you had about 5 presidents who were active Klan members, but the Department of Education won't be teaching that anytime soon. Trump's dad was a Klansman, but I'm asleep. Yeah, man. I've heard such things as well, man, in talking about Donald Trump. From that ninja, George Bush allows Dick Cheney to give government contracts to his old company that gave them, exactly. This is what I'm talking about, ninja. Who was it? Was it Nino that made that statement? But he was saying it once again facetiously. But no, you're exact. I could see Donald Trump doing something politically, and he's probably already done it, with these lobbyists and whatnot, and filling the pockets of these lobbyists to promote his business interests. But yeah, I could see that. You'd have to be a fool to think Donald Trump's just going to turn off his business sense. That's not the case. That ninja, let me finish reading it. He says George Bush allowed Dick Cheney to give government contracts to his old company. What was it, Halliburton? That gave them a huge payout. Apparently, we're not concerned about the president giving contracts to their friends. You're exactly right. The whole thing with the war with Iraq and our interest in Afghanistan, there was these government contracts given out to Halliburton, who was traced back to Dick Cheney. They're all criminals. They're all crooks. Yeah. Damn, if you're going to say somebody's a crook and acknowledge that the politicians are crooks and they're criminals and they're liars, yeah, I get it. But I keep spreading the news and passing the word and telling y'all it's plainly, at this point, the lesser of two evils. You can't vote for Donald Trump, man. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Donald Trump gonna get all our asses killed. My. It's unbelievable, man. Stop and think about it just for a second, man. Donald Trump is a lamb shake away. Is that country term we used to use back in the day?